I actually had a couple of ideas of things that I want to do. So there is presumably there is a extensive library in this manor.
Yes.
Hmm.
Plenty of old, ancient tomes, and of course they've moved in the project's research library as well.
And presumably there's a
There's
lot of
a weird mix of old and new, and not much in between.
and presumably there's some magical stuff there too.
Oh yeah.
Okay. First thing I want to do is I want to see if I can work up a way to contact the manor from afar. Like, say, we are out on a trip and we need to get in touch with somebody here. Maybe we could work up some sort of like
with some magic scrying orb that we got.
You've got that orb, yeah. That seems like
maybe there's a way we could use that same.
Seems like a natural tool for the job.
Yeah, like
I'm willing to donate my orb to this cause.
Well, Mint has his plans for it, so maybe I could just find a way to.
He also just said.
Yeah, what I'm saying, maybe we could reverse engineer that spell and make it into something that I could basically use it to call the manor, or they could call us if they need to.
Yes.
That seems like a worthwhile project to work on since we're having a little bit of downtime.
Okay, Scarlet will be working on that. Margaret, you're in your friend's house.
Margaret doesn't have much use for this place. She doesn't really care for it all that much. Considering, location and also the fact that it's too whimsical. It's not really like
whimsical.
Well, Margaret, you have your own room. You could just make it as rugged as you'd like, just to remind you of the Empire.
You can't just it doesn't make it, but you can't be a ship perpetually sailing in a storm and expect to be comfortable, you know?
Hey, you looking to start something?
I'm not looking to start anything. Back off.
Good.
Okay.
Who hired
keeping my eye on you?
Calm down.
So now, Mint.
Margaret's. Oh wait, I was going to say one thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Margaret is probably going to spend most of her time here just making sure everything's good for Audrielle because she kind of pities her having to work here for a very long time. This seems to be kind of weighing on her conscience. So she's going to just, make sure everything is in order and make sure she's completely content with everything.
Okay, she's come up with a scheme for licensing minor developments that the project creates, as well as selling anything marketable that Tran comes up with. They even battered around an idea of Slamby doing some sort of weird sideshow, or inviting people over and telling them the place is still haunted, but it's just Slamby.
What was Slamby doing here?
Variety of outfits.
I don't know, making himself useful, I hope.
The garbage
First, they could send Slamby down to the elf trading post and have him just do stuff.
An idiot, make everyone hate us. Yeah, I know.
Maybe doesn't even wear an outfit at all. Maybe he just runs up to people and goes whoa, with his fingers.
As you can see, he's clearly possessed.
And maybe Cactus could be of help.
Oh, Cactus is the groundskeeper, obviously.
Yeah. Perhaps he could grow food.
I mean, yeah, nothing grows quite like it does in a ghost garden, a formerly haunted garden.
She's bringing some efficiency to this place, which is a good thing. Although I think it's ultimately a lost cause. But it's good that she's trying.
I mean, by the
no problem.
By the end of the day, you see Audrielle has a clearly defined org chart.
Margaret, it's been a pleasure working with you, but I think ultimately just this partnership is a lost cause. So I think we appreciate everything you've done for us, but
So
you want me to sleep outside? Fine.
So what's Mint up to before we reconvene the group?
Alright, so I guess I've donated my orb to the cause of the orb machine.
I probably won't need to destroy it or anything. But...
Well, yeah, but you'll use it for the thing, so I'm not.
We could obtain a second orb. I'm sure there's an orb somewhere that we.
Yeah, but it feels awesome if we specifically use the orb that we stole.
I could make it.
Very true.
We could rig up a second orb.
So.
I meant that it's kind of like if you're trying to do like a call, like a two-way walkie-talkie, you gotta have two orbs. So I just thought
we could use it for both things.
In any case,
so I want to kind of check in on how the space stuff is going. Also, I want to spend some time just with the chairs to see what else I can figure out with the chairs. Also, if I've gotten a letter back from Dr. Glenhill, because I sent her those stolen research documents a while ago, and I would kind of be interested if those have helped her at all.
Okay.
And again, I don't even know if she knows I'm here, but she can probably figure out that I'm here. I've been a pretty easy guy to find.
Okay, first off, going into the, there are the old formal dining room, as well as other entertaining rooms have been taken over by project staff. And this is one of the many sources of friction between Peppercorn and Pedrayak. As you know, it's some of the most historical and just beautiful workmanship in the entire manor, and now it's just that, and Pedrayak is very unhappy. But they're also the rooms most suited to this purpose, so what are you going to do?
Well, what about the rooms where they were building the Orc King, Orc Lord?
Those are creepy as shit.
Nobody likes them.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
You're not going into the scary basement, please.
Spooktacular fun zone.
But you do get, while Peppercorn is browbeating you and trying to keep you out as a deserter and he still probably a murderer in his eyes, you do see that the Silver Arrow papers are all marked up with new additions, a lot of double checks, security, redundancies, and what is the word I'm looking for observing things. Did it?
Huh?
Yeah.
Be a bit more specific.
Diagnostics or what?
Looking.
Spying on you. The
Espionage.
Oh.
But in a managerial sense.
Oh,
But you know what?
Supervising.
Yes, supervision.
Surveillance. Yes. Surveillance systems that were
There
not
we
in
go.
the original Silver Arrow.
You just said the secret voice.
Yeah. The other thing was the chairs. The chairs, once you put them together, they are just as comfy as they were before. You can, seeing them all side by side, they are exactly as identical as you believe them to be. Perhaps even more identical, if that's possible.
They're more the same than ever.
Showing unveiling the formerly, perhaps currently, haunted portrait to them also creates no reaction. Not yet, anyhow. And as for that letter, what was the person's name again?
Dr. Glenhill.
Dr. Glenhill has pored over those letters from the dawn of sorcery that the blue discarded because they did not fit her needs at the time. Seemed like a dead end to her. Anyhow, when this does patch up a hole in previous Arcanomatrix theory. Originally, the fracturing of Arcanomatrices was originally thought to be caused by energy buildup, which causes heat, which causes the fracture. But it turns out the heat and fracture are unrelated, and it's actually the flow of arcane energy through space in certain configurations that causes the spatial fracture, bending the physical materials of the Arcanomatrix. In theory, in a large enough scale, it could be used to cause a large enough spatial fracture inside the areas of the Arcanomatrix without actually breaking the physical parts of the matrix, but devastating the area inside it. Then again, that's only theory, and it's based on notes the Blues scribbled and discarded ages ago. So,
who knows?
Who knows? That's how that all shook out. Rip.
Hey, I mean, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, we're all dead, so we might as well try it.
So, Rip.
What?
Is Rip going to get up to anything during this split-up downtime, settle into the bunk beds?
Rip is currently talking to his idiot nephew.
His idiot nephew is talking to Rip and also talking to something he pulled from his ear, and you're not sure which sentence is to which of you.
Look, have you done anything useful since we sent you here?
Define useful.
Not being an idiot, maybe?
He just looks at you and doesn't even dignify that with a response.
What have you done since you got here?
I've got it all under control, and gives you a big wink, but it's like both
No,
eyes,
not
so
under
he's
control.
just sort of like squishing his whole face up.
I'll tell you what he's done.
What has he done?
You know that whole creepy basement thing with all the dead snakes and orc parts?
Yeah.
He totally went down there.
All right.
Even though it was off limits.
Okay, that's about par for the course. And then what?
Well, somehow it's even creepier now.
I mean, what did you do?
Oh, I just made lunch for everybody. What's the big deal?
Lunch.
What?
I was being productive, like you said, Unk.
I mean, I guess you're trying.
Rapunk? I'm gonna call you Rapunk.
I don't like it. Well, I give him a good slap on the helmet. Keep up the good work, kiddo.
Alright, Manuel.
Ah.
Manuel, you have memories of all of these old rooms back when they were haunted being the first time you met all these folks.
I have.
Except for the folks you
Manuel-
only met more recently than that.
Manuel has mixed memories of all these rooms, particularly the garden, which he's kind of, he's been skulking around, but he hasn't really been going in,
He did lose a hand there.
So I
Yeah,
kind of see
that's
this
the thing.
apprehension, and she's like, "I promise you, no one else has lost a hand."
It got better.
It got better. But yeah, seeing the tension between Margaret and the rest of the household, and also the fact that his copper bathtub doesn't keep the water at a perfect 32 degrees. He's probably just gonna go hang outside.
He likes it cold.
Glad to see someone here has sense.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you guys are all metric.
Yeah, 32 degrees Celsius.
32 degrees Celsius, I mean. Being
Look, you're in the Empire, you use imperial measurements.
Help me check up the tent.
Nasty.
Are elves metric? Yeah, elves are on the metric system. That makes sense.
elves are definitely metric.
Elves are definitely on the metric system. I can confirm this. You can believe me because I said so.
Seems legit.
Does he?
probably
Does he
just
do?
Margaret to make sure she
Roundabout
doesn't.
is like an elven thing to do.
Does he run into cactus in the garden?
She's usually has to make sure nothing bad's. I didn't go to the garden. I went outside.
Oh. What do you do outside?
We're building a tent.
We're setting up the tent because Margaret doesn't want to sleep in the house because she had a fight.
It's a foul place.
What's so
Nothing
foul
good
about
Yeah.
it?
for anyone.
Are you sure you're not just cranky?
Frankie?
Margaret, do you need like a snack?
She told me to leave. I don't have a choice in the matter. Are you gonna help me build this tent or what?
Margaret has absolutely no ability to detect sarcasm.
Margaret
This is a
No,
character point.
Margaret is a person
Yeah,
with
man-
certain means, and she does those means well and does not deviate from them.
all right. Well, I guess Manuel helps to set up the tents.
Good.
Hopefully, Margaret will sleep off this little spat.
My own
That's
personal
pretty
bathtub isn't perfect. I'm going to set up a tent.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not
Margaret
gonna
doesn't
live in,
I can't. My bath was not ice chilled. I am going to sleep in the mud.
listen, 32 degrees is actually
Animal you-
warm.
I
Okay.
am. You give me
I
this.
just like how all or nothing Manuel is about his
Yeah,
lodgings.
if he can't live in perfect luxury, he's gonna sleep in a tree.
Like, what's the point if you don't have absolute perfect access and luxury?
Apparently, you live like animals here.
So I'm going to go. Yeah, so that's what Manuel gets up to.
Going to
Kinda
sleep
trying
in
to
the
help smooth
surrounding
things over.
woods.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as you have done that, reconvene, and Tran finds you all and rolls out some plans, blueprints of
big
something
plans.
that is listed as codename BATTLEVAN.
Is that like an acronym like B period A period T period T
Good
period?
lord, no, because if I say yes, they'll spend all night coming up with what it stands for.
Give me 10 minutes.
Actually, no, I was gonna say if you said yes, then I would say that there's currently no meaning to the letters. It just looks cooler this way.
We will come up with that later. So we're all convening to take a look at the blueprints.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll make some space in the library.
She starts by saying, okay, I've been told some of your needs by Bella and got to work on these preliminary sketches. I'm taking requests for anything everybody wants, and I am now taking requests from you, the players. Out of character. So here's how this is going to work. Everybody is going to give me one thing your transport is good at and a drawback. Now, if you can invest something in it, like say, oh, this scrap I rolled a 30-something on, or oh, I have this icon die I want to invest, you're going to get a lot more leeway with the ability. And I might even be nicer about the drawback. For instance, our first is that there is a nitrous-like sort of turbo boost with a what do you call it? With a fuel that's incredibly rare. However, the first tank is full. That's thanks to Nav's 6 with the Priestess. Also, Tran just slaps that on the table like, yeah, I've been working on this.
Yeah, what do you think? I don't know why I voiced Tran like that.
She's the merchant from Resident Evil 4.
When
What
she's
are you
trying to make a
buying?
point, she shifts her vocal cords to sound like
I mean, she can.
yeah.
And she can do whatever she wants with her voice. Changelings are crazy.
So,
What
Scott,
order are we do this in? I guess.
I can just go the same old order I've been using. Order you used the you joined the table, which means Bella's first.
Okay. Does it already fly or no? Is that a
Not yet, it
feature?
doesn't.
Okay. Well then, I think that it being an airship would be really cool and really useful and really beneficial to us, or for us getting to Regulus, because, you know, that's up in the sky, and so is our airship now, so...
You will now have the only airship, pretty much.
Oh, that's really cool.
I mean, the last time you were on an airship, it was kept in the air by a dozen hooded dark priests muttering just obscene things to nether gods, and then it sort of crashed.
Yeah.
If you recall.
How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the drawback if it flies?
I'm taking suggestions because I don't want to stall us too long. I'm thinking, though. If anyone has an idea also, though, I'll gladly take
Floats
it.
even if it touches the ground even slightly.
No. Nope.
I think
Oh,
that's a
that's-
bit excessive.
It can. How about it can only go in a perfectly straight line in the air.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
basically it has to like build up speed on the ground and then you just ramp it.
it's turning capable. Oh, that'd be really cool.
It must
it's
be
turning-
ramped.
It's
It
turning
must be ramped.
capabilities. Because I'm thinking it's kind of like it's more of like a jet propulsion kind of thing rather than credible like not like a regular
More,
have like
less
magical sails or
magic
whatever things
propeller,
like that.
goofy.
So
If you want to go
Yeah.
right, if you want to turn
So-
right, you basically have to like turn it 90 degrees and then fire, and then it'll start going right eventually.
yeah, so I'm thinking something like that. Yeah, like limiting its turning or like having to ramp it. All of those would be kind of viable side effects of it being jet propulsion and needing to take off.
Okay,
So,
I'm gonna go with it needs an incredible amount of speed to be ramped into the sky. Okay.
that kind of means every time we have to take off, we got to use the turbo probably.
See,
also.
it's compatible.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're going to donate that your
Yeah,
strap.
my yeah.
Awesome. Now that piece is actually just What was it? How does it help it fly? What's the thing? What's the thing you found?
I think that it. What I imagined it was that it was
Did you
just
take
like
it from the flight ride?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and because I mean that made sense, you know. And Bella thought it could be useful for like space travel, which she knew was just an inevitable goal. So she kind of went to like the rocket flight ride and was like, "Oh, this thing's glowing and you know looks pretty functional." And like she doesn't really know a lot about technology, but she knows kind of the type of parts Tran has in the past been drawn
She's
towards.
an ideas person.
And it looked like
Tran's
one of them.
eyes go wide. She hasn't seen this in a long time. Maybe
it's like a power source.
It's a specific alloy that holds enchantments in a certain way, and it's really top of the line. Only I mean, if you found this, you must have got it from somewhere that was really intent on making a buck with top of the line materials.
Yeah.
So she's really glad to have that, and that will definitely help out. Hey, Mint, what's something that your ride is going to be good at?
Something that our battle van will be good at. Well, this is actually pretty hard. Can you come back to me?
Okay. I mean, they don't all have to be practical. You could just do something cool as well. Just FYI for everybody. Margaret.
I ain't even got cool.
Margaret, what's one thing the battle van is really good at? Or
Margaret
notable?
is the last person who designed anything cool, so it's
Notable
going to be something
for.
practical.
Be something useful.
Well,
What's the
how did
most
last-
efficient part of the battle van?
How did the last airship sink again? I forget. It's been a
You
while.
were attacked.
Specifically.
You got on it after a battle with some demons, but the hull was not properly cleared, and there was an egg clutch, sort of like barnacles in the sky.
Yeah, I'm pretty
That
sure
all
there were
hatched,
several...
and things went to really went to hell.
Alright.
We also blew it up a lot.
I would say that our ship needs the ability to dump its cargo. Like we need something to just dump everything out in an emergency.
This bottom just opens up and everything.
Our battle van needs to
Yeah.
be able to be rocket propelled in stages. You mean? So we just like the back just falls off.
I mean, we can just like if
Kerbal our
worst
way
comes to
to-
the worst, we can just drop the lower floor. Like we can just drop it out. Does that sound like a good idea to everybody?
Okay, it has cargo dump capability. What is the drawback to cargo dump
Sometimes it
capability?
just happens.
No.
No. It's an
I think
unreliable.
the drawback is that you lose all the fucking cargo that you dropped.
That's
That is
also
true.
true.
It's
Maybe
all
what
or
you
nothing.
have, maybe the drawback is that if the enemy seizes the control panel, they can cargo dump it themselves. So you know,
Yeah,
that's a problem.
it's not a specific button. Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody can drop.
Mhm.
That's cool. Scarlet.
Well, let's see. Well, I collected a bunch of artifacts from the Disney's whatever
Land.
land that he, whatever land it is that he was making there. Perhaps I could rig up some sort of magic systems. Maybe I could do some sort of arcane missile weapon platform or shields or something like that.
Okay, it has guns.
Magic guns.
Magic guns. What is the drawback of magic guns?
Well, if they run out of magical charge, they're pretty much useless.
Like any magical thing, it's only got a certain number of charges per day. Limited shots.
Sometimes the guns press the cargo drop button. Nobody knows that.
Then the guns go off, all the cargo.
Okay. What was the thing you got from Disney's Land? Well, how did you weaponize something found in the happiest place in the Empire?
A churro gun.
Well, they went down to, we stopped over at Disney's Action Park, and they had a lot of these arcane cannons there that were originally designed to be relatively harmless, firing non-lethal small magic missiles that were intended to, just be sort of a fun little game,
gallery.
I suppose. Shooting gallery, yeah. But
Yeah.
I figured out a way to overcharge them.
Yeah. Between the combined efforts of everybody working on this and the time you'll have, yeah, okay. And you rolled a roll for that way back. What was that?
It was a 5 Archmage.
Oh, you want to invest your 5 Archmage? Awesome. Okay, that'll totally work. However, let's see. If you, it'll have like 5 shots a day, but you can recharge them by expending a daily spell. Any daily spell you have, you can refill the clip.
Does that apply to anyone? Like anyone can spend a daily spell to recharge them?
If it's
Specifically
arcane.
Yeah. So effectively, you're recharging it with your own body's magical energy.
Okay, the magic guns have 5 shots per day per arcane daily spell. Awesome. But I mean, this clip is going to be empty, unlike the nitrous tank.
We'll have to charge it up as we are leaving.
That brings us to Rip.
I had a thought real quick before we move on. We should probably work out a way to land this thing, if not, just for everyone going forward.
What are you talking about?
Or at least dock. Just a thought.
In any case, it's Rip.
Well, my idea was something actually kind of related to what Scarlett just said. We need some added maneuverability for this thing if it's gonna fly. Like maybe like various thrusters on the sides and bottom and stuff.
Okay.
Somebody should really put some armor on this thing.
And wings and stuff.
Or maybe someone else should do that because I'm good.
What?
I think I cut out. Never mind. I'm good. Hi.
Hi.
I was saying like some sails or wings or just something for maneuverability. Yeah.
If anyone else has a better one for that, I actually probably have the best roll for armor. This thing I have a Crusader 6, and I am not afraid to use it.
What? You think the Crusader doesn't have any secrets about flying airships? He built the only other one previously.
That is true, yeah. I just mean, like...
To be fair, his airship fell apart really easily. Like, it was pretty flimsy. I don't think he's very good at defenses.
Because there was a bunch of demons tearing it apart.
It held together.
Like, it didn't have internal defenses.
It held together It had Battle Bob. It didn't need him.
Alright, so our airship needs defenses, both interior and exterior. So let's go with that. Let's get I don't know.
You want to spend your Crusader 6 on okay, what are these defenses?
Let's say there's some magical wards all over the place.
Okay.
Anything that gets too close to them, like it's designed for us, so it's not gonna blow us up. But
well, what are the downsides to the magical wards?
It blows us up.
It blows us.
It unleashes the cargo hold.
Everything is connected to that one system.
Why did we think this was a good idea?
Of dumping the cargo hold.
Don't flush. Just so you guys know, don't flush the toilets when we're in the air.
Whenever you do anything with the ship, you roll like a D100, and if it goes 1, it just out the door.
The whole ship just splits in half like an old Ninja Turtle toy, and everything.
Like an egg.
In any case, really though, what's the problem with the magical wards?
Anybody else want to help me with this one?
Well, would they create a shield? Perhaps we can't get out of the shield while they're activated.
They can only stop one thing at a time.
Oh man!
Oh, you have to adjust the frequencies.
How about that?
Or like we could only have the shields like in one active side of the ship at a time.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So we'd have to actively say like to protect the west side, predicting.
Shield power to starboard.
Yeah, exactly. You have to devote the shield power to actually make it
If you have them calibrated for photon torpedoes, you can't block phaser blasts. That's just how it works.
That's true.
And if they shoot missiles and laser guns at you at the same time, it'll only block one of them.
Oh snap!